Kajeno re launcha impact. Re launcha tjena ke molemong wa batjha ba ka dikolong le ba ka ntle ho dikolo. Ka ga lekala la thuto le kwetliso re sentse re na le manane thuto a comprehensive sexuality education le life skills based sexuality education. Empa re le ga hlokomela hore ho na le diqholotso tse ding tseo re bang le tsona ha re lebane le ho fa bana thuto ditabeng tsa bophelo ba bona. Ke ka hona re thabileng kajeno hore be WHO e re kopanya hape re etse tla mathata le lekala la bophelo ho fa bana le batho ba batjha ditshebeletso tse tswileng matsoho molemong wa kgoleho ya bona. Le hore hape re tiise wa ka nako e nngwe o tla fumana hore batswadi ba ba le qholotso ya ho araba tse ding tsa dipotso tsa taba tsa bophelo tsa bana ba bona ba batjha ka hara sekolo. Mme lenane thuto lena le kenang kajeno le tla le re thusa ho ntshetsa pele hore bana dipotso tseo ba bang le tsona tsa tsamana le bophelo ba bona ba be le mo ba fumanang dikarabo. Re thusana le dikolo tsa manese.
As part of the demonstration, we are going to demonstrate how the project is going to be implemented so that we all understand what we'll be using the gadgets for and how we intend to use them. So what we have done is that we have a series of questions that we developed from our baseline assessment that was conducted in between November, December 2018. And we elicited what information the students know, what they seemed not to know, and from that we developed a series of questions that we are going to ask as a way of creating dialogue between the nursing students and the high school students. The purpose of the nursing students is for them to explain or to elaborate to the high school students issues that they might not be well conversant with or aspects that they might not be aware of. And as they are there, they do not answer the questions for them, they just explain what the questions are asking for, and the high school students are the ones that then answer the questions. And as they answer the questions on their tablets, then we get to see their responses being projected on the screen. So what is on the projector is our first question, but the students don't have to look at the projector. They can see the question on their tablets and they will respond. So we usually give them some time so that they can read the question, they can interact with the nursing students if they need clarification, and then they vote on their answers. Okay, and there we have the responses on the projector. And from what we see here, they all 100% of the students selected option B, which reads unprotected sex, sharing of needles for body piercing, tattooing, and the use of drugs. And with such a response, we understand that the students are aware of the risky behaviors that can lead to STIs, including our HIV.
Lekala la bophelo le elelletse bothata bo batjha ba teanang le bona haholoholo ka ditshebeletso tsena tse amanang le bona, hobane ditshebeletso tsa batjha tsa sexual and reproductive health di etsa hore ba teane le batswadi ba bona, mme ba sebeletswe ke batho ba seng ba le baholo. Empa project ena ya impact re kentse mono batho ba fang ditshebeletso e le batho ba batjha le bona, mme ka hona re lebeletse hore through the impact project re fumane acceptability ya majority of the youth in accessing health services. In fact, we think they will be freer and also find it easier to go to a health facility or to go to their peers, because the project will be implemented by young people who will know very well what kind of messages are available and acceptable to the youth.
With this type of awareness, can make our job easier as nurses, because at the end of the day, the goal is to find us having a lower number of HIV positive people. So with this younger generation, I think it's one of the best interventions we could ever come up with to stop HIV infections.
What we learned in the computer room, in those questions they were asking us, we were not only answering them, Mara, you were communicating with the person next to you and to the nursing students. And those questions really helped us because it gives you a peace of mind. It also helps when there is something that you're living in yourself. Then you keep on bottling it. Then when you go to the answers, you tell our hand, this answer is something that I'm developing and something I'm going through. The questions they were asking us, they were really testing about this thing is not, you're not sure about the answer. Then what are the people who are sitting next to you or the nursing student the answer, then they help you. Kapale, the other words you don't know how to explain or you don't know the meaning.
Honorable ministers, representatives, ladies and gentlemen, as principals, we sincerely acknowledge that LBSE cannot directly control the behavior of our students, but it can most certainly affect the choices that they make and the way in which they behave by addressing various risk and protective factors. Through WHO, we have received equipment, and this equipment is going to be used to impart information to you people who are here. Your schools are going to benefit. It's going to give you information that is going to complement the life skills education that is already being given in the schools.
My organization shares a responsibility to ensure that new technologies reach those in greatest need. We need to maximize the role of innovation and technology in promoting health and well-being and in delivering on the Sustainable Development Goals.
Ka ga re ya le rata bana ba ka, re rata ho bona bokamoso ba lona, re rata ho bona le di-ministera le di-prime ministera le matitjhere le di-ofisiri le manese. Ke ka lebaka lena re entseng lenyalo lena le pakeng tsa lekala la thuto le lekala la bophelo.
Really, we are going to produce learners who are able to cope with the emotional stress, who are able to understand, to assess the individual, the social and the environmental factors that raise or lower the risk of HIV transmissions.
Re ne re shebile hore re bone hore bana ba batjha ba fumana ditshebeletso hantle, re batla go ba bone hore thusa makala a mmuso a sebetsang ditaba tsa batjha hore ditaba tsa bo dithethefatsi, ditaba tsa bo sexual and reproductive health, gender-based violence di ya moriting, dikolo e le tsela mo re fumanang batjha teng di sebetsa ka thata hore ditaba tsena di tleke go fokotsehe teng. Ntho tse ding tse re di fumanne di re makatsa, ke ne ke sa nahane hore bana ba ka fumana hore ba na le go ba utlwa ba batla hore ba ipolaya, suicide. E laba ha re bona dipatiso tsena ka utlwa ke tshuile haholo ka ipotsa hore bana ba utlwa ba batla ho ipolaya, ba fumana ditaba tsa bullying dikolong mona di hodimo, and how di sheba di ba le psychological impact baneng mona. Jwale di sitisa bana hore ba sebetse hantle le dithutong tsa bona dikolong.
Lesotho fatshe la bontata rona hara mafatshe le letle ke lona. What had happened to you, Lesotho? All those stories that you had tend to be bubbled. Wake up, Lesotho, look around you. What do you see? I don't know what you see. I see people dying. I see teenagers being mothers at an early stage. I see them using drugs. I see them being prostitutes just because of the drugs. Be safe. Prevention is better than cure. No need to expose oneself. Why teenagers born from this continent do this to Mshosha's land? I don't know where to find myself because when I'm lost, I don't know who to go to. I don't know who to console because I'm not sure whether they're going to rape me out or they're going to keep me and take me as a child. I find myself in a situation when there's no one to help me. I find myself in a place, in a home called a home, where my mother, my father, my sister, my brother are all the same. And now from this day onwards, when my teacher came to me, she told me, you don't have to be addicted to drugs. So I stopped. And I'll never rewind, I'll never go back and rewind from doing drugs and all this stuff. Because now I found me. And I can smile because I know that I am free.
You, HIV and AIDS, why have you become such a disappointment? Why do you want us to suffer? Why won't you give us a chance to live the best of our life? Shame on you. You, those who live on this world, we need to rise up. We need to show up. Be one thing. Stick together because unity is power. And together we can bring down the mountain. Thank you.